Everyone wants to feel safe when they're in their own home, but in one Southern California town, all the precautions in the world couldn't have prepared them for what they're now facing.
A large number of residents from the San Fernando Valley angered about a major gas leak. They called on SoCal Gas and Mayor Eric Garcetti to shut down that facility.
I had terrible headaches. My daughter experienced stomach pain. My son's got nosebleeds. It's just really bad.
I want them to move quicker, and I want them to cap this leak immediately.
Porter Ranch is officially in a state of emergency tonight. Governor Brown made that declaration today, just after 2 months after that gas leak was discovered there.
I'm not sure what the delay was, but I am glad to see it happen.
The gas leak is now one of the largest environmental calamities ever recorded in the state. Thousands of residents have evacuated and schools have been forced to relocate.
Wow.
Please welcome consumer advocate and author Erin Brockovich. Welcome, Erin. So good to have you. I want to ask you, because you've been on the ground, what is your personal account of what's going on?
A lot of confusion, a great deal of frustration. A lot of time has gone by. They're still not getting their questions answered. And most importantly, the ongoing assault, if you will, of this gas and what's happening to people's health, concerns for the children, elderly, people who can't get out, those who are relocating are now coming home to finding animals have died. So as this continues to build, number one is the one taking too long, and great concerns about their health.
Wow. So just to kind of get an idea of what's really happening, so pretty much all of us across the country could be living on top of gas pipelines. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. It's an entire infrastructure in this country, and it's a failing infrastructure. Here on the Porter Ranch situation, more than half of the wells out there, this is an oil and gas field, are over 70 years old. Oh, wow. This is a critical well that they knew 5 years ago was a problem. The safety valve that would have prevented this was removed and never replaced.
So there's no, so that's why they can't just shut it down.
They can't just shut it down.
Because that's what confuses me. I'm not, you know, I'm a doctor, but I don't understand how these leaks occur and can't be shut down. So it sounds like the safety valve, where they could have said, okay, we have a problem here, we're shutting it down, that's not possible.
And obviously, as Rachel said, these pipelines are all over the country.
They're all over the country.
It's to be presumed, or at least postulated, this can't be the only place in the country. This might be the biggest leak that we know of, right? But what are your thoughts? How common might this be in other places? Because this, make no mistake, people shouldn't just think this is, oh, that's a Southern California problem.
Oh, no, this is not a Southern California problem. We're already aware of these issues across the United States, especially in areas where you have a lot of oil and gas. And we forget Los Angeles has a lot of oil and gas. And to answer your question there earlier, this breach is 1.5 miles down. And so they have to be very careful how they address this issue. You're looking at the second largest natural gas reserve in the state of California, if not the United States. There's some 5.5 billion cubic feet of gas under there, under pressure. How it is we come in and build communities on top of sites like this with no emergency plans in play, and not thinking that a sensitive receptor, the community, would in fact be harmed if such a situation happened.
I want to bring Dr. Bardia Anvar into the conversation, because you've been treating residents in the community. What kinds of things have residents been dealing with health-wise?
We've been seeing a range of symptoms that we otherwise normally wouldn't see this time of year. Some are saying when they wake up in the morning and brush their hair is falling out, rashes all over the body, headaches that don't go away, migraine headaches, all the membranes, mucous membranes, such as your nose, your throat, highly irritated, like very fiery sore throats, breathing problems, respiratory problems. People have said that they've passed out in their homes and had to go to the emergency room. And so we're trying to manage all of these patients, and developed asthma chronically, even though they've left the area, and we have to see them to manage.
And I'm sure a lot of fear as well, because there are so many unknowns here. And I think one of the issues here, and public health officials are saying, yeah, the odor is sickening, but unlikely to cause any long-term effect. The reality reality is that
they don't know.
No one really knows.
No.
Is it fair to say that?
It is fair to say that. And, you know, I tell people this is like an onion, and as you peel back the layers, you're going to learn a whole lot more. And the more you learn and the closer you get to the truth, the smellier it is. This is an oil and gas field. We know there's benzene out there. There's reports now of independent test homes with levels of benzene. We're waiting on all of our test results to come in. And, you know, I have a sulfur sensitivity, and I've been out there 4 times. I'm on my 2nd round of steroids. I've got a chronic bronchial condition we can't get rid of.
Since you've been out there.
Since I've been out there.
And you've only been out there?
The 4th time. Imagine what this community's been going through day in, week after week, month after month, and there's no relief in sight. The closest they're looking at being able to shut this off is the end of March. And we won't know the long-term effects. We now have crude up with
because
this
even
gas.
when they shut it off, it'll still be sitting there beneath the surface, right? Because just shutting it off is just part of the process.
That's an excellent question, and there could be oil vapor intrusion that I think we all are looking at that could be happening. And not only Porter Ranch, this is big. We have a low estimate of 187 million pounds of methane already being released into the air. Wow. If we keep going at this rate, we could be looking at 500 million pounds. And so this is going beyond Porter Ranch. We're now getting reports in Chatsworth and Northridge and parts of Granada Hill. So the magnitude of this in real is enormous.
And Aaron, we do have to go, but are there any short-term solutions?
Oh my gosh.
Or is the main thing you're fighting for, obviously, to get the people in this community the help they need, but just making sure this doesn't happen again?
Well, absolutely, and that's one
thing
that we're looking at asking in the law, that we cannot continue to make these kind of mistakes over and over again. The cost is too high.
We need to learn. We did reach out to SoCal Gas. They said no further comment. Dr. Anvar, Aaron, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.